Gurmagat Cahirlock and Gurmagat Ara, and to the Department for all of the work that you've done to bring this important piece of legislation forward. Like my colleague, Senator Boyhan and Senator Cummins, we have the privilege to serve on the Joint Oireachtas Committee for Housing, Local Government, Planning and Heritage, and we are really very expertly supported and assisted in our work by a fabulous administration of that committee, and I want to pay tribute to them and to everybody who engages with our committee. Specifically on the Tailte Éireann bill, we had a very strong engagement. Obviously, we are very supportive of this legislation. It is a piece of legislation that deals with, I suppose, the organisation of governments and the state's activities around land registrations, land transactions, land valuations. And when you think of Irish history, I don't think you can think of Irish history without thinking about land. It is so intrinsic to our history, to our culture, to our psyche. It's land that has, down through the centuries, divided and united us. And in a very pedestrian way and a very ordinary way, this legislation speaks to that tradition. It's pedestrian and it's ordinary, and I say that because it is legislation that is providing for a government office to fulfil daily functions. The daily functions of recording, registering, valuing and cataloguing, I suppose, and keeping accurate records of our land and the changes that can take place in terms of its ownership and composition. So it is very important. I think the values that the legislation seeks to not just establish but champion in terms of efficiency and accountability and transparency and service to the public are all values that we support, and we think every member of the House should support. It's a legislation that will provide for the public an organisation that will operate in a professional capacity to the highest of professional standards, the highest standards of accountability and transparency and efficiency, to manage and ensure the sustainable management of our lands and our properties. It's very welcome. It's probably a long time coming, but it does, I believe, reflect a new departure for us as a country, and it creates an opportunity for a more sustainable management of properties and lands into the future, and it also, I think, can build confidence amongst the public around the ongoing management into the future. It is really robust and comprehensive in terms of the structure, the operations. It is ensuring a smooth transition from those legacy organisations into a modern, future-proofed organisation. I am hopeful and I am confident that it will bring all of that institutional knowledge, all of that institutional legacy and experience, value it and bring it forward in a modern structure to deliver into the future. So, Minister, I want to commend you and the Department for the language, for the legislation, and to offer our continued support. Gurmagat.